Jared Robinson. They call me Jay.
This is Michael Jeffrey. They call me Mike Jeff.
This is Logan Barnes, and they call me Pounds.
This is Vince Smith, and they call me Vinny.
And this is The Last Dab.
Welcome everybody to The Last Dab.
Yo.
We got some good info for you guys coming. Some good topics we're going to talk about today. We're going to do a little brief introduction about who we are and tell you guys about how this podcast came to start. So
Facts.
I hope all you guys out there had a good Thanksgiving, and we're going to have some good holidays coming up for Christmas and New Year's. So
Get out of this year.
yeah,
Right,
get out
so
of
in
this
the
crazy.
in the year off, let's
On a high note.
start up for
Get out of 2020 finally.
opportunities coming, man.
Yeah. 2020 was crazy, but we're gonna get back on top. I think it just opened the world. Like,
It showed us we're not invincible.
Yeah, exactly.
You're
We
not
took
Superman,
We
you
took a
know.
lot of stuff for granted, you know. But I'm gonna start us off here on the very first episode of The Last Dab,
Woo.
and just give you an introduction on me. And I think I'm starting this one off because I'm the youngin'. I'm the young boy here, and I wanted to start this podcast off by saying that me being the younger guy, bringing, getting brought up into your guys' world, from the reason why I know all three of you guys is my brother Cody. But I think even without my brother, I was gonna meet you guys. I was bound to cross your paths at one point.
Our energy.
Something
Right.
we got that
Well,
like
Jeff.
minds,
It wasn't anything that had to do with Cody while we were here watching the Last Dance, and not that we wouldn't have brought him a part of it, but just saying that was
Yeah.
But what you were saying, Cody is the reason why I know you guys, but the reason behind The Last Dab is a lot more. It's something that took a lot of interest in all of us. But another thing, me being the youngin', like I said, it's been very interesting over the years, even getting to know you guys. But just because I kind of looked up to you guys when we were in middle school or high school, I looked up to you guys because you guys were showing me the ways. You guys were having fun with me no matter what, that I was that chubby little brat,
Mike
whatever
Jeff
I
running down the
was.
street.
The old Mike Jeff.
You guys accepted me, and that was the cool thing about it, man. And I feel very welcome and comforted when I'm around you guys. That's why you're my brothers. Proud to call that.
I feel like that needs to happen more, man. Just in life, people need to bring in. Obviously, we're not much older than you, but it's just that mindset of a couple years in school.
Yeah, you need
people
some guidance.
Guidance. People are young, man. They need people that can, you know what I mean? Let them join and feel the same.
Well, and I think a big thing for me was I got 4 older brothers and siblings, so I'm the youngest of my family to begin with, and everybody I know is older than me because of them. Everything I've been surrounded with since I was a little kid has just been older people. I think that's part of the reason why I'm more mature than a lot of people my age.
Yeah,
or
learn
even
from all
when
our
I was
fuck-ups.
younger. Yeah, you guys showed me the way, but it's also, we do need more of that because not everybody has siblings. There's a lot of people out there who are just a single child,
Or even a good friend group.
They don't get to see some of that connections between siblings, and then they go out into the world and they're just looking to be accepted because they don't go home to that. But we do need more people like that, and you guys have done a great job with that. You should feel proud of yourself bringing little Mike up in the world.
Shoot, man. You made it easy though.
Bad influence
It's Mike
is
Jeff right there.
Yeah, man,
he's coming.
We barely
yeah.
molded it.
Yeah.
It was already there. The
Yeah,
material,
man.
everything was there.
Mostly bad influence though. Most of the time.
It was
Hey
good
man,
times.
we learn.
Yeah.
We are here learning.
Good with no
That's
bad.
true.
We're here
All
just
right, here you go.
learning.
This is how you do it. This is how you don't get caught.
Hey, it's better doing it with you guys than some other people that would have got me way further down the line.
It's a good point.
We're sitting here talking like we just did all kinds of crazy shit, which we did.
We did.
But we were out there smoking crack.
No doubt.
No crack.
Yeah, we got our marijuana, the Mary Jane. That's all we ever really messed with, man.
I got drunk way too often.
A little
I
underage
threw up
drinking.
way too much.
But look where we're at now. I'm 23. Vince is
23.
23.
Also, yeah.
And then
21.
you're 21. It's like a lot of people almost, this is like kind of college years for people. They kind of dive into it now. Oh, I'm 20s. I'm mid, low 20s. Let's get crazy. And like, I don't know if I'm just speaking for myself, but I feel like we're all kind of past that. Like, yeah, we want to we want to have a great night. But when it comes to just pointless kind of like wasting, it's almost a waste of time. You know what I mean?
A lot to invest into.
Our bodies are a little different.
It's crazy that we literally live in a country, and I'm not going to say a world, but the country we live in, it is so normal and custom to get kids at 18, 19 years old when they get out of high school, and you're a kid when
That's
you're
a
that
kid.
age. You're a kid. We're all still kids, in my opinion. I mean, we're grown or whatever, but it blows my mind to see people go to college for $50,000 to $200,000 plus dollars.
That's a lot of money.
And they pay that the rest of their life.
Interest. Think of
how
interest
do you make
on
that big of a decision when you're that young of an age?
Yeah,
Parents,
you know what you want to do. I never knew what I wanted to do. Like I thought I did, but I really didn't. Like at that age, like
I'm not saying college is a bad thing, but my goodness, the amount of money you spend is just
Private schools are a lot of money.
Yeah.
They
I'm
charge
like, hey man, I can't pay it right now. I can't pay it. Right now.
They're like, what do you?
They're like, okay, sign the loan.
On my deathbed,
Sign
I can't pay it. No.
You know, another thing I wanted to mention was we're all for doing this, and I don't think there's a lot of other people that could do this.
Right.
And I think
We ain't
that's awesome.
too known,
We're unique fellas, boys, and I think this is gonna be a fun podcast.
Yeah.
I feel like we all don't mind putting ourselves out there.
Yeah.
I feel like I've gotten to the point where I don't care. Like I don't care what people think.
Our personality's right there in front
I
of
mean,
us.
I feel like it's like a good time, you know. Shoot, you know, everybody stay inside.
Yeah,
you know,
Didn't even
like,
think about that.
Every
time.
Sunday hanging out,
Yeah.
just chilling.
So
Chilling,
I mean,
chilling.
that was a little bit about me. You know, I got 4 older brothers and siblings. You guys will learn more about all of us, you know, through the episodes to come. But I just wanted to mention that I am the youngin', but it's not gonna matter. I'm right there with you guys.
Yeah.
You know, it's not gonna matter.
Big youngin'.
We all on the same level.
Mike Jeff.
It's Mike Jeff right there.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yep. I'm Vince Smith. I go by Vinny.
Man.
Let's see. I met Jared first. I met him in third grade. Third grade at Stokes. And then let's see. I met Mike through Cody, like he was saying. Little chubby Mike Jeff walking down the street, coming down. I remember seeing him the first time in like 7th grade, coming down with his backpack and everything.
Bro, you changed a lot, man.
Yeah.
Like you,
and
dude.
glasses.
It
and
took a
everything.
while, man. I feel like
Yeah.
freaking
You matured a
half
lot.
the kids in my grade had beards in like 8th grade.
Yeah.
Bro, you're looking good, dude.
I was the chubby little like,
Good.
fuck.
It's almost better to not mature
8th
quickly.
grade, we're like Mike Jeff. Mike Jeff was in 6th grade. He'd be like all chubby, shy and everything. Like Mike Jeff, all the girls would be
He's
on
our
him.
boy.
Yeah. I met Barnes. Barnes been the homie since 7th grade.
7th grade.
Taught me what rap was, really. That's when I
Yeah.
first started getting into rap.
Right.
Drake, Eminem.
Bro,
Gucci.
7th grade, that was
Wow.
like what, 09?
Yeah, 09.
Bro,
yeah.
09 was a crazy
Yeah,
year for
10,
music.
10
09
was
and
crazy.
2010.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that was that trend. We, like, were woken. We were
Dude,
like,
yeah, I
holy
was.
shit, these are...
Like I knew about Eminem and stuff like
Of
back in the day, but then like
course.
Recovery came out, like
Kanye
No
came
Kitty,
out
that all
with,
the hit. Yeah,
I think
yeah.
Beautiful Dark
Kid
Twisted
Cudi,
Fantasy.
Kid Cudi was 2000.
Cudi, Man on the Moon
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Kendrick was
Yeah.
starting to
Yeah.
really pop.
Kanye's was 2010.
J. Cole
Now
was
I
starting to get
remember,
into
but
it.
Yeah.
2011. Yeah.
2008 to like 2012.
Lil Wayne 2010,
Still,
2011.
yeah.
Wayne, yep.
That's crazy.
Young Money.
That's crazy. We're sitting here talking about that too, about the time of music that like really influenced our lives. But some of the, the older people, they say it's a different time and different artists. It's like that's what we got into, and that's what brought us up. That's what made us.
It's almost what inspired us, and that's what's great about like Wayne. I mean, even Drake, Cudi, our favorite.
Big
like
Brother.
They were. Future,
Wiz was starting to get
Wiz,
into it.
Future,
Yeah.
Wiz was Wiz was
grade,
dropping heli mixtapes. Future was dropping like 8 in a row. All these people paid homage to the greats.
Mac
Miller, pre-rolls in it. Okay, they were all 0.5, so that's 3.5. Tell me why 3 of them were 0.8. Okay,
Damn.
and that's after I weighed the cone. That's after I weighed the cone. Because I had some cones by myself. Boom, boom. Weighed the cone, right? It was 25, 0.3. Some of these were 1.5, like 1.15. So 1.15 minus 0.3, you're looking at 0.8. And these are supposed to be 0.5. There were 3 of those like that. And then the rest were all like 0.5. Well, so they hooked me the fuck up, bro. And this is some OG 18 indica, baby.
That sounds fire.
OG 18.
Oh, this is the little tiny one too. I smoked all the fat ones.
You cannot go wrong going with just some OG. Anything.
Anything OG. The thing about the numbers too, those are the classic ones. Like any OG with the numbers are classic. Yeah, that's the ones that they use to cross like strains and shit. Like any type of OG that you see, it's a hybrid. It has an OG.
Which one is that one you said?
This is OG 18.
18.
Strong.
That's the Peyton Manning pack.
When we get back in,
we're recording.
Touchdown, bitch.
What was that? As I was saying, I feel like my musical influence from that time, like in 8th grade, 7th grade, freshman year, and sophomore year, like it's brought into like my life still nowadays. I feel like I still like influences everything into what I listen to now.
For real, dude. Because like,
gotta refer to it.
I feel like it's hard to listen to like new artists now.
It is, man.
I'm like, I don't
unless
know.
they damn near get like the torch by the artist that I like, I almost like, and that really shouldn't be a thing because you got to give people a try. You know what I mean? Like you can't form an opinion based off image or, I mean, it's really image. It's only image nowadays with music, and that's what sucks about music. You see who you're listening to first.
They may hear it though. They may hear it first, and they're like,
yeah, and you're like, huh? And then you look at them, you're like, the fuck? Yeah. And it's almost like, damn, like it almost sucks that it's everything almost relies on image when it comes to music.
Yeah.
So with that, Vince said he met me when that was 7th grade. So like obviously, by now we can all tell like I was kind of the last person to be met. I was born in Avon. I went to Avon for a little bit, and then a little bit of Brownsburg, and then I had moved to Lebanon. That was 7th grade. We had, started playing sports. That's kind of like how we football. That's how we all got really acquainted. Yeah. Wrestling. Yeah. Bro, I always forget that we wrestled. That picture of us, bro. I got my knee up so fucking high, bro. What the fuck am I doing?
You have like a long sock on.
I got a long sock on, bro. My God, but we were all doing, bro, that wrestling was fucking fun. I you know what I mean? Like, I'm not the type of person to be like, I wish I stuck with something, but wrestling was cool, and I learned a lot.
Yeah, wrestling was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
Hardest thing, and I learned so much, like, personal.
That's one of the most disciplined, like,
facts.
Teaching sports.
Like, contact sports, yeah.
Like,
or just sports in general.
Yeah.
Bro, you're facing one person, and you're basically trying to defeat that person. It's different with a team, and you're using objects, a ball,
a chair,
mind games. I feel like it's a lot of mind games,
it's
like one-on-one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna break this guy.
Another thing about
it is got score on me.
You can look at that person the right way, and they're like, "Oh fuck, I'm losing."
Yeah,
right.
You know what I mean? So I came here, we wrestled, we all got acquainted.
Hit their legs.
Yeah. Oh, bro. They're all ripped. They're fucking 13.
Like, 8th grade, and they've got like a tattoo. It's like, what?
Hold on, is that a fucking water tattoo? Were they able to do that?
T-shape and everything.
Hey, who's got a fire? Oh, there it is.
Lebanon.
Gee. I'm like, my God. That's the thing about Lebanon. They took that shit serious. Oh, yeah. I think I think wrestling and baseball. Because people forget bro. I was on a travel team in baseball in Lebanon. Yeah. Lebanon don't play with baseball. They really don't.
Yeah.
So I met a lot of people that way too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then shit. I actually had to move to Fishers in like freshman year.
Oh,
I know we all
remember
remember
this.
that.
I was in Vincennes at the
You
time.
were in Vincennes.
Yeah.
Vince was in Vincennes.
I learned a lot of life lessons in Vincennes.
Same. I
actually.
learned so much in Fishers,
I'll have to
bro.
go through some of that stuff.
I learned I wasn't special in Fishers, and not in a
Yeah.
bad way.
I think
It was
true.
so big.
I think I'm the only one here that's just been a Lebanon boy for the most part.
Yeah.
My whole life. I think all of you.
It's crazy. It's a different experience, like people wise and cultures.
really
I guess
is.
even
It
like
definitely is.
even it's still in Indiana, but like a different
it's
just
a
town,
complete
high school.
different-
Like they do shit differently. I don't know, like than Lebanon, I guess.
Yeah.
Man, you'd be so surprised. You'd be so surprised that how weird it is, even just within Indiana. Like you go into like, say our area here, and then you go to like
Go
inner
south.
city, and you go to the inner city, completely
Bro, yeah,
different world. Like,
Naptown is not Indiana.
No.
It's a whole different state.
but it's just so crazy how you could just go a little bit different way. You may be in a whole new area, and that shit humbles you
It
quick.
really does,
you know,
yeah.
and I say you should try it sometime, or just to not even it's like move somewhere, maybe just any way to see more, to go experience out more.
Just talk to people and
Shit,
ask about.
With that being said,
right.
that kind of brings in.
Like leads on into, I mean, like, okay,
go ahead and
so
tell 'em.
Yeah.
for me, like my instance, I had just moved back from the West Coast, Washington, Tacoma, Washington. Like,
Not what made you, but was it an adventure mindset
well, I should probably tell them who I am. I'm Jared, by the way. You can call me Jay.
Yes,
Call
sir.
me,
J Problems,
J Problems.
J Rock, J Money.
But so I've been here, most of my life. Just lived here, met everybody. First, Cody, of course, everybody pretty much in this town I know, and Cody, his younger brother Mike, I knew him growing up. We all grew up together. We're brothers. Like that's the type of bond that we have, is that like we are brothers, and I feel like that's crazy that you can make such a connection with someone who, they say it's like matters by blood, and it really, like, it doesn't. Like,
No.
of course I love my blood too, but it's like I love you guys like I love my blood. Like,
I can tell you how many situations we've been into where like I'd give you the shirt off my back and you'd give me the shirt off your back. Like,
Right.
You know what I mean?
Straight
And-
up, bro. Like, you stay here, bro.
Most
Yeah.
of us are at like all of our family events. I mean, at least maybe with my family, made more than a little bit of you guys. But like, you guys are always at my house. Like, we're always
right.
You guys come to my family Christmases and stuff all the time. We do all kinds of holidays and shit together. Like, we're constantly doing shit together.
But yeah, like that, man, we are all like brothers here, and it's crazy, and so move on. Then I go to third grade, move there. I meet Vince, man, and he took me in at that moment. He invited me to his table, to the very first person to meet. I'm just coming to a new school, and man, that's like mad respect. Like, I knew, Vince day one.
It's a weird flavor, man.
And
Yeah, I can't tell you what made me do that. I don't know what.
I was like, yeah.
Said, like,
like,
hey, come.
Jared, you can sit wherever you want.
Yeah.
He's like, you can come over here. I was like, right on, man.
It's crazy
Yeah.
how one situation literally creates, and I like the word you've been using, bond, bro. Because friends, acquaintances, they're very, and by disposable, I don't mean that in any disrespect. And maybe that's not the best word, but just, there's a difference, bro. And I mean, there's a difference between acquaintances and friends, and then there's a difference between friends and we call it brothers. People might call it a different word, but you know what I mean? I talk to some people and they're like looking at me like, what are you talking about? Like, maybe they don't have that certain relationship.
Yeah. And that brotherhood, that brotherly bond, and I think that
Yes.
is with the sports, the wrestling, the football. That's another reason to try something new. It's just like experiencing new. That's all we're here for.
The bus rides and everything, the locker room.
And you'll get humbled quick, dude.
Yeah,
you'll get
yeah.
decleated, man. You may
Yeah.
get pinned, pin 1, 2, 3, 30 seconds. It doesn't matter. You're not
But
hot
guess
shit
who's still
anymore.
gonna be there for you?
Your brothers. Either way, we got you. Let's get better. Let's try to work on something. And I think that's something about what this is.
hold
I
each
actually
other
got a beer in
accountable.
the freezer
What's
with a
that?
glass.
Hold each other
We got-
accountable
Right.
in life. And
Yeah, and just being there for each other. Even like if you're down, man, like I'm, as in down and feeling like you're in a dark place, I'll be down there too. You know. Then so furthermore, then I, you know, down the road met you, Logan, in middle school, and me.
sir.
You know, you moved there and. We just automatically click fucked around, jumping on the tables, acting like Assassin's Creed, and doing crazy shit just right off the bat. Like
Off the bat,
and
it was no awkward state.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
who are
And-
you? Why should I act this way? How should I act? No.
Right, and man, we've been through a lot too. Like, and, dude, I just every single one of you guys, I have significant experiences with, you know, and there is no, you know, like you said, man, nobody else. I'd rather be doing it with, you know,
Bro,
you
that's
guys.
the thing
like,
too. Like, man, I was, you know what I mean. I was feeling a certain way, and it was just like, wait a minute, these are my brothers, man. Come sit down, and boom, it just lifts your spirit.
Right.
Mike Jeff, was there not a beer that was in the freezer?
There could have been. I didn't see it.
I'm gonna
There
go
was,
grab it.
like all kinds of food in there. I didn't know.
But yeah, so I've lived here, and then I moved out to Washington just to branch out, just to learn more. I got to do some really cool things, like just get into welding, and then got some that kickboxing in, some improv, some just got to expand, do more things, and decided I wanted to come on back, and actually I had
It's a ghost.
Yeah, there's a fucking ghost.
The last dad's haunted, guys.
the last
Something fell, and we were not near it.
so what it was like COVID had
It was COVID, man. Was that the reason?
that's the reason why I
Was that the
came
reason
back.
you came back. So
Yeah,
COVID's
I wanted
the
to
reason
like
why you
help
came back.
out my mom at least, you know, and then so I was like, boom, and like nobody was there wasn't too many people in the airport, you know.
I had to go pick you up. I remember that.
Yeah. Vince picks me up, man. Surprises. I surprised my mom, my
He
nephew.
came out with a mask on and shit.
Always
Yeah.
follow the route.
See,
What I have a rave mask on, or what I have?
Yeah.
Was
something
it
like
a
that. I
normal
think, yeah,
mask?
Yeah, just a normal
It's
mask.
crazy how masks have developed in these past
My
months.
God.
true. That's a huge industry, just mask.
Right.
Why didn't we get into
Haley
this
was just
stuff?
Haley was just
That's
telling me
crazy.
about a Shark Tank episode that people are going back and looking at. This lady was trying to sell like masks and stuff. They're like, "Oh, we don't need that." We
Oh,
don't need
no.
that. And then,
Bro.
yeah, I bet she's making bank now.
Oh,
Like,
Mark,
no.
Mark
What if she
Cuban?
gave up?
Is it
Oh.
Mark?
yeah,
Yeah.
she gave up.
Is Mark Cuban on that show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He screwed
Dude.
up there. He could have. He
Yeah.
could have sold that for sure right now.
Straight up.
But
So you came back from Washington.
And then, you know, we finally got to chill, you know, and then, you know, what a blessing it was to see like familiar faces and
see, you know, you were out there, and we obviously stayed in contact with you as much as we could.
Yeah.
And but when you came back, it was like a reunion of a lifetime because we all going through some stuff, especially when COVID started. You know, doing the things in our lives, whatever it may be. And you know, now that you guys have got a little bit more of a history on us, and maybe it wasn't the best, we could have sat here and chatted for 3-4
Right,
hours just
yeah.
about how we met. But we wanted to give you a little bit, and it's gonna tie into the simple fact that that's how this all started. Was, you know, Jared getting back home, and we got to start hanging out,
And we watched
Yeah.
The Last Dance. Or I'm trying to say The Last Dance. The Last Dance.
the last
And-
day.
and
With the great Michael Jordan. Now, this was a documentary that has been talked about. I mean, it was in works for obviously it was in works for 20 years.
Right.
He knew he had made this.
pretty
Michael
much our
Jordan,
whole lifetime.
Our whole lifetime, he knew he was gonna make something for everyone to see that wasn't
waiting.
able to watch him play. That would give them the same fascination.
I was also heard like through some articles and stuff before that there's been so many other people that's tried to make their own documentary on
Yep.
him, and he said no.
He doesn't
He
allow it.
did not want anybody
Really?
else
I
to
didn't
make a
know that.
documentary
Yeah.
on him
He
unless
probably
it
just
was
knew that.
him.
Okay,
Smart.
I got this coming through.
That is smart. Like,
So
bro, I know
smart.
you're gonna mislead people and not. My name's gonna be on.
You're
the
gonna
line.
try to tell my story, and it's
Mhm.
not gonna
From
happen.
your
Yeah,
perspective.
it's if anybody's telling my story, it's me. I mean,
Right.
look how great the dude was.
Yeah.
Like, gee,
And how
whiz.
dedicated, like they showed him to be like behind the scenes.
We
like
we got to see him.
You wasn't shooting. You wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
He had that
cried.
basketball court built on the set of
Looney Tune?
Right.
Bro,
Space Jam.
Space Jam.
Yeah.
Space Jam.
He literally had them build a
And
fucking court.
he would fly in NBA players that have pickup games, like talking shit to him at night.
He said,
and
"I'm
then
not
he'd
gonna play by
and he'd go
myself."
film in the day and they played pickup games at night. Like that'd be. Imagine watching those pickup games between like all them. I guess that'd be cool.
So it was 2019, or was it? Well, it was this year. My God. So it was supposed to come
I
out.
wish it was
like-
2019.
Man, it was supposed to come out, but didn't it come out a little early?
It's supposed to come out in June.
It did
Released
come
in
out early.
April.
And it was
What a
'cause of
miracle.
COVID.
Yeah.
I think they were like, oh, these people need something to watch.
Straight up. And they knew Jared was coming back,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
they were
Yeah.
like, you know what? Go ahead.
But yeah, we watched it like the episode came out every week, like once
Every
a week,
Sunday,
right?
yeah.
And we all got together and watched it, and it wasn't just specifically how great Michael Jordan was and how much we all liked him. It was just the fact of getting together, and every single time we were together doing our thing,
Yeah.
having a good time. But it was like every single time we were together, we were always talking about what was going on in our lives, you know, just all this crazy stuff, you know, recent stuff in the news, whatever it was. And we were like, the more and more we started talking about stuff at The Last Dance, watching him,
Right.
we're like, we need to do something.
No,
We need
Yeah.
to like get
This
together
can't
and
end.
do something.
What do we do?
Podcasts, just in general around the world, it is podcast time. Like,
It's-
dude, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, podcast. What was a
What
podcast?
the fuck is a podcast?
That's all I do. Is listen,
It wasn't
I
a.
listen to
It's
podcasts.
not a thing.
You
Oh,
Was
yeah.
TED Talk yet?
TED
It was
Talk-
TED.
yeah.
Was
Yeah,
TED
but
Talk?
But that's
for-
not even a podcast.
It's not. It's not.
No,
Yeah.
it's like a presentation.
You
kinda.
But
guys
I'm
in
trying to
front
think
of
of something
people.
that's close
There
enough.
wasn't.
Like a talk show, I guess, on TV. That'd be
Ellen?
the closest thing, like a late night
Well, they
talk
had
show.
a-
I guess.
But even that, that's
Radio
a crowd.
show.
Arsenio
a
Hall.
morning radio
radio
show, I
shows.
guess.
That's
Yeah, I
probably
guess
our
that'd be the
closest
first
thing is like getting.
You're the one
having
that got
people
me into
onto a radio
podcast.
show.
Listen to Rogan.
Well,
Well, I was going to
3
say,
years ago.
everybody give thanks to Rogan. Like he paved the road for podcasts. Like, you know how many podcasts have started
Yeah,
since
you're-
him?
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm not saying he's specifically the person to get everybody doing it.
Yeah.
Everybody had their own reasonings for doing a podcast, but like,
I see why they do it.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Here-
it's
here
like
He's
we
like,
are,
have you
but,
listened
like-
to podcasts? I was like, what? He's like, yeah, listen to this. I was like, okay. So I started like seeing who like, okay, how it worked and stuff like that.
Right.
Different guests, and they're like 3 hours. Like, okay, like I got 8 hours of work.
I
at-
got
at
fucking
work.
time to kill. And it's brought a lot of people together. I
Right.
mean,
Giving me a lot of good information on life.
information.
Yes.
You can talk to people about it that you might not talk to. Like, oh,
Yeah,
maybe we
in
don't agree
conversation.
on music and other things, but damn, we listen to this fucking podcast and we both really enjoy it. Like,
Yep.
we can share some things that we have in common.
There's also another one, you guys, that Dave Ramsey, the Financial Peace one.
Yeah,
and then, like,
yeah,
talking
I'll
about,
have to
like,
check
your
that out.
finances
I
and
need to watch
everything.
that.
It's like,
I'll have to check that.
it's
out.
Yeah,
just-
for sure.
Have you guys listened to Honeydew yet?
Honeydew?
Ryan Sickler.
No, I don't.
It's really
Right.
good. He
The
brings on.
skateboarder?
No,
Or-
he's
right,
a
Ryan
he's a guy
Sickler.
that was
Sec-
on
who is it?
Tom Segura's. You know Tom Segura,
Yeah.
the comedian. He was on
Sheckler. Ryan
his YouTube
Sheckler.
team for a long time. Now he does his own thing.
I think I know you're talking
He brings
about.
on different guests and they talk about like their lowest point in their life and like how they came back from it. It's kind of cool. I
okay.
like it.
I'm gonna pack this cone, boys.
all these people, like, it's kind of funny to be honest, but like all these comedians have their own now, and I think that's cool. I mean, maybe
I love Joey Diaz.
I follow a
Shout
lot
out.
of comedians, so that's why I noticed it. But like you said, Tom Segura, Theo Vaughn, like
Yep.
all these
Yeah,
people
Theo
are
Vaughn.
out
and they
here
all like
doing it.
they're all
Brandon
like fuck
Schaub.
with each other too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're all like incorporated with each other.
Yeah.
Brandon Schaub, I mean, all of them.
And that's what's cool about the podcast. It's not like, oh, you disagree with me, so I want. That's almost the point.
Right.
You
You
feel
want to
me?
discuss. I want
wanna
to
see your point.
discuss.
Open my mind.
That's what I want, like more options. You know, I'm not a super political dude, but I need more options. If you
True.
could show me more, and if we could dial it in a little bit better somehow.
Not just have like it's not white or black or like what. And
Yeah,
White or
yeah,
black,
right,
it's
right.
not.
No,
we
there's
don't
like a-
live
there's-
in this shit.
I like stuff from this area. I like stuff from this
Yeah.
area. Like why can't we have?
It's like there's very good points on
Yeah,
other,
on-
you know,
on
either
both sides,
sides. You're
yeah.
right. It's like I can't just say I'm a one-way voter. I
No,
honestly just
I
hate
can't
the
do it.
sound of
That's
Yeah, I can't do
childish if you
Yeah,
think
yeah.
about it.
No, no, no,
you're,
no, no, no,
you're
no.
on the fucking
You
playground.
are-
You're on the
I-
playground.
I
Oh, we do
understand.
this
I understand
slide.
give and take,
Right.
but this comes to the point where
And
it
I-
needs to be a. I would like where if we had the idea of paying taxes. If we could vote to where my taxes went, like if I could pick on where each of my money went,
In a
Right.
perfect
I'd feel
fucking
better
world.
about that a lot.
Still,
Because the government fucks your money.
It's still going to somewhere,
corrupt,
like
man.
Right.
they can still use it.
It's true.
Right?
I mean, obviously, if
I just
everyone's
feel
like
better
wanted to
about-
go to one place,
That's true. You would really see how what society cares about, though. I guess.
No,
where they
right,
put their
right.
money.
You would definitely, yeah. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
that'd be a
That's
huge
really
thing.
smart.
So, I don't know. That's where I'd.
Mike
That's why I
Jeff,
agree.
what do you want to talk about, bro?
Well,
What do you feel like you would get out of this podcast?
Well,
Eventually.
I was gonna bring this up eventually, but this is our first one. You know, it's gonna be first episode. You know, it's not probably they're gonna be the best one, and you guys probably gonna get mad at me for even saying that, but we're gonna have a lot of really good podcasts.
No,
I already
yeah.
know we've got great ideas already written down, but just this podcast in general for everybody that does listen is like. We just wanted to get this out here to show you guys, hey, this is kind of how we're set up. This is kind of who we are, and this is kind of how it started.
Yeah.
But in the future, you guys are going to have the chance to, first off, we're going to have guests. That is going to be
Yep.
a thing. So we're going to have some of you guys
the
out
table.
here that
Expand
want to be
this
on.
table.
And but not only that, it's like if you guys need to go follow us first off on the Last Dab podcast
Yes.
on Instagram. We're gonna mainly be on Spotify and I think
Anchor?
Apple.
Yeah, I
And
think
then-
Apple Podcast and I think Google Podcast. I'll have to see if Google's on there yet.
Okay.
I believe
We'll-
Apple's
we'll work
working.
on-
YouTube, SoundCloud. I mean, we
Yeah.
can set up
We're-
all the good
yeah.
ones.
We're gonna be out there. It should be easy for you guys to get to. But again, what I'm trying to say is listen to this today or whenever you're listening to it, and just know there's gonna be some good stuff to come to this podcast. So don't get thinking like, oh, they're just gonna talk about the same stuff every time, because we got some really good stuff. man.
We want you guys to let us know
And
what
that's-
you
that's
want to
the
talk
thing.
about.
So go follow us, right? You know, but also give us feedback. We're not gonna. We're open ears about this. Tell us what we're
I
doing
think-
wrong. Say, hey, you need to do this, and it might be a little bit better.
And that
You know?
I feel like that's like kind of part of that image that we have with our, you know, how we have our stuff set up is the outer space, like the galaxy. It's just kind of open mind that you know, that just
No limit.
Yeah, there really is no limit to what we can discuss. I hate when someone says something is random. You know what I mean? It's like what everything can be random. Anything's random. You don't know.
That's a
Everything
great
is
conversation.
Yeah, a thought is random. Something, you know. So it's like, I don't know.
I had a theory about I was gonna bring up about I was thinking driving the other day. So like time and space is like a lake, I guess, like a surface of a lake, and ideas that come down are like droplets of rain as they hit,
And they just
and
disperse.
the ripples
Yeah.
hit each other in like moments, and
Right.
they affect, like, say one moment it's happening in your life, one moment, and they come together.
And he's like, oh my god,
I
They
like
come
mind
together.
blown. That is awesome. Another thing, like we're called the Last Dab, and we'll explain it more than just obviously taking dabs.
taking dabs.
I mean that is a big reason why it's called the Last Dab, obviously.
Yeah.
But you know, we've already explained a little bit of the motivation behind this was not just the Last Dance, but just us being who we are. But you know, the Last Dab is about, you know, mainly just having a good time. We're doing what we do, and that's what this is about. The Last Dab
Doing
is
what we do.
about having fun.
You know what? So with the Last Dance, with the Corona and everything, like Last Dance, Last Chance. Like, man, it was almost like our last chance to really connect. And
Well,
not,
'cause
not like it was just like, you know, oh, there was something with us, but I'm talking like the world, man. I'm not speaking for everyone, but a lot of people felt like, shit, this is it. And I'm not talking oh, you're gonna die, but it's just like, this is it.
These
We're
are
not
our
gonna be
our
able to
late.
hang
This
out.
is what we do in the moment right now. Yeah,
Yes.
it's like this
It was
right here.
It was a pandemic. Like
Right.
literally,
Bro,
people freaked out.
People freaked out. We've never seen that in our
we-
lifetime.
Why we bought just toilet paper, I don't know, but we freaked out, man.
I forgot to tell him that I went back, that I had to go back that's what's weird too, is because I was here just enough time for us to get that
did go
podcast in, and then I had to go back to Washington.
You had to go back to Washington?
Right. And then so there I decided, I was like, man, I got to get back. You know, I got to get back because this shit's going down, man. And who knows? It's just different times right now. So
Changing.
man, just drove down from Washington through Oregon,
Let's talk
California.
about let's talk about all those cool places you went, bro.
Dude,
Because man, we all saw that shit.
Well,
it was just like
just before I did want to mention this, and I didn't mean to interrupt, but it'll be quick. Another reason why we're called The Last Dab that we're going to incorporate in the future, especially when we have guests, we're gonna get a spin wheel set up to where it's gonna be 6 sections, and it's gonna be the last dab for a reason, because what we're gonna do at the end of every episode, we're gonna spin this wheel, and whatever it lands on, that's who's taking the last dab. So we're gonna have all 4 of our names on there, so that's 4 spots. We're gonna have 1 spot on there for the guest, if we have a guest on, and the guest will take the last dab.
you better.
And then the 6th one will be everybody.
Oh, I was wondering why you were talking about the
Right.
6. I was like,
Yeah.
this dude doesn't know how to count.
We're still setting that up. This is the first Last Dab podcast. So
We don't have a spin wheel this time.
we're getting there. We
We're
got
gonna flip
great
a coin.
ideas, guys. Go ahead, Jared. Tell me some
What
of
was your
stories about
favorite? What was your favorite place you went? First of all, name all the places you went.
there. Dude, he went all over.
All out west.
Shoot.
His
All I was.
You said you drove. You
Utah,
tried to drive
Idaho.
back like 2 or 3 times,
Well-
and you're like, "Fucking, I'm going back."
Well, so I went to, I moved to Washington. I was in Lakewood and Tacoma area, and I've been to Seattle, and then so I went down through Oregon. Oregon was pretty cool, man, honestly. But this was like during the riots. Like this was like, but I didn't have to go through like the cities and stuff till I hit Oakland. But I had to pee so bad. Dude, and it was so hot, man. It was so hot along the way, man. Just in the car because I have all my stuff with me, and it was cool because like all these states were legal too, so I felt free to smoke. And I'm just like, I didn't go anywhere but sleep in my car. Like I slept in my car.
I didn't know that, bro.
Yeah, no hotels. But
honestly, that's
A
what I'm
long
saying.
drive,
It was a
30
crazy
hours.
fucking pandemic.
right,
Which way did you go? This way?
Go to a hotel.
Did you go through Utah?
you could though.
You could.
Which way did you go?
I went. Yeah, what is that?
Utah, Colorado, Nebraska, Iowa.
Is that, what is that? 80 something?
Yeah, 80.
Is it 80 straight?
Didn't you go to Washington first and then go to Cali?
Yeah, so I was over there on the left.
Came up here.
His trip there is
Starts
gonna
up
match
here.
those.
That's
yeah.
like the farthest fucking trip is going
Yeah,
to
it's a
Washington.
long
Well,
fucking trip.
I drove to Colorado to see Brock, right?
Bro, I always thought Colorado was so far away. It's really not.
Well, it's
How long is that?
It's about
1,077 miles is how long that trip was. And
1,077.
So anybody want gum?
I'm good right now.
Gum?
All right.
You?
Was it 5?
Mm-hmm.
What it feels like to chew 5 gum.
You remember those commercials?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
oh my god.
Why did they stop?
I'm scared of heights.
I
I
don't
was
know.
scared of heights. Put
They
the
still
gum in your mouth.
they
I'm
still
not.
sell the gum, but they don't make the commercials really.
I didn't do that because you told me to.
Yeah, dude. When my drive to Colorado really wasn't that bad. I mean, it took 16, 17 hours, I think it was. But
That's a strong
You,
day.
and you
It
started
was.
in the morning, right? And got there.
Yeah, I
you were
started-
making good time.
It's like
I
a drive to
remember.
Florida, kind of, I guess.
well, it was. I think it's a 3-hour time change from Indiana to Colorado.
Yeah, Colorado's like Florida, kind of.
Yeah, it was a 3-hour difference. So when I got there, like it would have been kind of late.
Where'd you go in Colorado?
Brock lives in Colorado Springs. Shout out to Brock. That's one of my best homies out there, man. He
Brock's a
moved to
dude.
Colorado Springs. He's out there by himself. I called him on Thanksgiving, told him what's up, man.
You know, else is from
He's-
Colorado
he's-
Springs.
Who's that?
Bobby Lashley.
Is he really? That is such a random fact. I'm glad you know.
I'm
It's
pretty
like,
sure it is.
awesome.
Sorry.
But
That wasn't.
we went. I went there and we went through Pueblo a lot. Pueblo's pretty cool. It's like there's no such thing as grass in Pueblo. Like, it's like normal housing additions like this and
What
stuff.
time period?
here.
Or like in the summer? What time? Or
Yeah,
was it?
It was in the summer when I went there for 6 days,
Oh,
technically
wow.
7. Dude, his shoulders.
He is
Do
a
you remember
badass.
how big his shoulders were? Dude?
Brock.
Yeah. Brock's chilling with them.
They're bowling, listening to EDM.
Dude.
Yeah.
I was like, him and Batista teaming up, it's over.
Look, he's picking up.
Tiny compared to that guy.
I do want to go to Colorado. But
Colorado's beautiful, man. The mountains.
I went in 5th grade. I went to Fort Collins up here, so I wasn't too far from where you went.
My biggest thing, and I love making this chat with people. Like, I love saying this, and I've said it so many times, but like, majority of people, not everybody, but you guys have been to the ocean, right?
Of course.
Everybody here been to the ocean?
Yeah.
it was a long time coming, but yeah.
Even just Lake Michigan, too. I'm just any
Big body of water.
any big body of water that
Lakes.
it blew my mind because I never saw mountains before the ocean. I went to the ocean first and then went to my mountain experience. But when I looked out over the ocean and it was just nothing but water for as far as your eyes can conceive. And it was like when I went to Colorado and what was the mountain that I went on to?
Motherfucker, you were mile high.
We were
Pikes Peak.
Pikes Peak, yes, because that's the biggest one in
Was it
Colorado.
like 22,000 miles above, or 22,000 feet above
it's
sea level?
16,000 or 17,000 feet high mountain. I got 13,000 feet elevation up into that.
And you were like,
Damn.
holy
I got
shit.
dude. It was, but I'm gonna finish my comparison. Talk about that mountain because it's awesome. Pikes Peak is a very, very famous mountain. But I never went into Denver or anything like that, so that's why I'll go into that in a second. But when you look into that body of water and it's just nothing but water forever, it seems like. Going to Colorado, there's so many mountains. It was the same deal. I could look out over the trees in this mountain and it was just nothing but like you were on a new planet. It was so mind blowing.
Right.
I will never forget that for as long as I
It
live.
was like life changing.
Going to see mountains and all I can see is just mountain and mountain and mountain. And like it just never ended. I was like, my goodness,
Beautiful, bro. Our
Colorado is so beautiful.
It makes like why you look at a painting even better now because it's like that is maybe probably either something they saw or just envisioned, but how real it is to see in real life. And then like you want to capture that moment again and you see a picture about it and it just kind of draws that.
It's like
how does this
someone-
make you feel?
I
almost,
like
you know?
artists, like, you could take a picture and it'd be beautiful, but man, I'm going to draw it because it just makes me feel
Here's
a
the
certain
cool
way.
thing that you got some of these pictures up right now. So like, and it's any mountain. It's not like this is special, but
It's my favorite.
at the top of the mountains you see snow and ice caps and stuff. You know, it's like white. Well, we started our journey at Pikes Peak at not 0 feet elevation. I don't know what we started at, but it was all the way at the bottom of the mountain. It was hot.
Yeah.
I'm sweating.
Ground level.
We
kinda.
got so high, like we were high, but we got so high in the mountains that we got up there, and I was cold.
You
I
said
was chilly.
burn.
I needed a jacket. It was cold, and like literally, it was so crazy. We got like 13,000 is the max that we reached because one reason. I don't know if you guys have even been in mountains to experience this, but the air quality, you guys know, obviously diminishes once you get to that elevation.
Right.
But it was
Less oxygen.
I went there and knew I wasn't like some world star athlete or triathlon or whatever. I knew I wasn't in the best of shape, but I went there and literally was like, oh, this isn't going to be that bad. It's just a hike. You're going through a hike.
I've done it.
No, dude, literally
Lungs on fire.
35 feet. I'm talking 35 feet. Just picture 30 feet
Wait.
walking in this mountain and you are out of breath to the point where I'm talking like I'm like
what the
literally out of breath. I had to take a break every 30 seconds. It was insane.
Crazy. Well, it was probably steep.
Yeah, well, once you get to the point we
People
were
be
at,
dying up there
But-
and stuff, like up in the mountains and stuff. Like
there were signs. They have little wooden signs
Don't
every
die.
so often. It's like, warning, your oxygen levels are depleted. Your body's not used to this environment. Like
You can pass out.
That
Especially
blew
if
my
you don't
mind.
eat or something like
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, that was a big thing. We brought
Or you're dehydrated.
plenty of
Yeah.
water. And then one more crazy thing, I'll stop talking about the mountains, is we got all the way to 13,000. Like I said, it's 17,000. Pretty sure it's like a 17,000 foot mountain.
Uh-huh.
It's not the biggest one in Colorado, but in Colorado Springs, where I was at, it's the biggest one there. But there was people walking down the mountain as I'm going up.
Yeah.
And like as they're passing me by, dude, they got like the ice pick the things and shit because like they went all the way to the top of that son of a bitch.
I'm like, where did you get that? Is there a rental station up here somewhere?
I asked
use one, pass one. How's this work?
I asked them not how far to the top, but when they're coming down, we were at like that 13,000 feet range, and they were coming down. I was like, how long do you think it'll take to get to the peak of this mountain, dude? They're like, you got another 5-6 hours. I'm like, dude,
damn.
We'd already been climbing for like 6-7 hours that day.
Wow.
You said I'm not going.
I'm
to
like,
the
I
peak.
am not going all
You
the
gotta
way.
go all the way
It's
back.
time
But
we
that was the
stop.
thing.
Yeah.
There was actually 2 people on our trip. I'm not going to mention names, but 2 people out of the 5 we had there. No, we only had 4. Just the 4 we had there. And it was me and Brock actually kept going, but they took a break at like 10,000 feet and just sat there because they were like, dude, we're out. Like, I can't do this. My legs hurt. Like,
I mean,
I'm
people
cramping.
have asthma definitely can't do
So,
that.
Yeah.
but me and Brock, I told Brock, it was mainly me and my fighter mentality, to be honest with you. I was like, I did not drive 1,000 miles across the country to get to a mountain, look at it, point at it, and be like, yep, that's a mountain. No, I am climbing this until I couldn't anymore.
On a journey.
I was like, I am not coming to a mountain and just giving up on my hike in it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm getting as far as I can up there. And
I'm
I did.
peaking.
Salmon Frodo.
Now you can like make a specific trip to go to it
We
and be
gotta make it.
prepared and
Yeah.
everything.
Oh, yeah, I definitely want to go back one day and try to get to that time.
Right, we could get those little
That's
pitch
crazy,
things, dude. I'd like to do something like that. You know, I think it's
Well, that was the other thing too. Not all mountains are like this that I know of, but Pikes Peak, you could start at the very bottom, or there's like a drive thing that you can start at like the halfway
Yeah, they
point
got that shit.
Have you seen
and
the
go
best
up.
thing go
But we
up there?
started at the bottom of that son of a
Right.
bitch. Like
You ever
it
seen
was
that?
all the way down there.
I've showed you guys.
Colorado's the coolest place that I've been to.
I'm going to Colorado this summer.
I've not been a lot of places, so I can't say much, but
Facts.
it's I mean, it's beautiful, man. Just so beautiful. I went whitewater rafting there, which was crazy. Me and Brock took 1,000 milligram
Edible?
distillate. The
Squirter bar?
the things. Yeah,
the
So
distillate.
we did that on
Motherfucker's
the.
like,
They take you up on a bus, right, for the whitewater rafting, and me and Brock took it before we got on the bus, and it's like a 40-minute drive up there.
like,
By
are
the
we
ti-
already on the raft?
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the time we got up there, and it was so beautiful. I will never forget just being.
He's like, I gotta get in the water.
So stoned. just
New
going up
views
the
too, and you're stoned,
But
man.
then, yeah, the
It's
reality.
crisp.
The reality hit me. It's
There's
like,
that road you're talking about.
Oh shit! Look at those mountains, man.
You realized you were stoned as fuck
Yeah,
and shouldn't be
but here's
whitewater
the-
rafting?
here was the thing. It was like,
No.
first off, it was a level 3 rapids. It
Ooh,
was
that's
non
out of 5?
Not 5. Yeah, out of 5.
That's
Damn.
But it was non-beginner,
Shouldn't be
and they
stoned.
told you like it wasn't like it was too much. You guys could have done it too, but the whole point of getting on your raft is to stay in the fucking raft. Well, when me and Brock could sit here taking 1,000 milligram distillate THCs before, I'm like fucking going numb in my arms and shit. I'm like, I gotta.
Trying to stay.
I was so worried I was gonna fall out of the raft and not like help me, like
A
dude, I
movie.
was so scared, bro. Fortunately, none of us fell off. But like,
Damn.
here's the crazy thing too. You get that like 5.5 foot paddle, I think it was, and
Without a paddle.
well, our guide was awesome. He was really cool. He did a great job. But like, there was points in your thing where it's like he's in the back telling you when to paddle and what side to paddle and stuff. You have like they kind of teach you that, but there was points where he was like paddle or whatever. That I forget. It was like 1 and 2. He'd say like 1 and 1 was one side, but he'd like say 1 and I'm on my side. I'm shoving the
Rocks.
paddle all the way down, like
Oh
as
my
far
God.
down out of the boat as I can, and I'm not even hitting water. That's
rock.
that's how big the waves and the
Damn.
rapids were that we were on.
Oh, it was
Like,
so deep?
Yeah, it wasn't that it was so
It was
deep.
just you were
they
up
were
so much
so
with the
crazy
waves.
Oh, you're
that
like
we'd
trying
be
to get
going
into
down.
it and you're not
and
even
he's like,
hitting
yeah,
it at all.
because you gotta obviously if you're just paddling fucking air, it's not doing anything. But like, there was so many points in that trip that he was like, all right, paddle. And I'm fucking sticking my paddle down. I'm like, there's nothing there. Like, I can't paddle. It's fucking crazy.
That's crazy.
It's insane.
Nature's scary, man. Like,
that's one thing we're going to talk about a lot on this podcast, people, is nature. We are all nature fiends. We really love the world, man.
We live on this beautiful earth that is just like, I mean, it's just crazy,
I want to travel out west so bad.
Yeah. We're going to travel out west.
Dude, man.
I want to build that camper van.
We need to do a podcast out on our travel.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's a camping podcast. That'd be
camping dad
you
podcast.
Can take this. You can take this and even have just like one mic and just like.
I stayed in
Pikes
Peak too.
Well, we could do that. Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I went camping in the mountains.
That's
at
what's
Pikes
up.
Peak.
Badass.
It was so awesome, but I want to tell you, please have the correct stuff to go camping there. Because not only is it cold, not only is there fucking wild
animals everywhere.
But here's my dumbass. I got a tent.
A cougar.
I had my correct shit. I was all set to go. I get there. My ropes that go through your things, just like prop your tent up, were dry rotted. So I got there and they ripped. So I wish so bad that I had pictures of it. No one was there with me because I camped by myself.
Oh shit!
I stayed at Brock's for a few days in his apartment with him, and then went to the.
That's scary.
I had to though. I didn't want to go to the mountains and not camp, but I did it by myself.
That's the point.
This video is crazy, but dude, I wish you guys could see. I was sleeping in a taco tent.
I mean, it was warm.
Well, the wind is so bad in the mountains. Just realize that. So I had my tent propped up. Because I got one of them all the way through, and I had to prop the other side up just to even get into it. It wasn't a fully, it was a just jank-ass tent that I'm sleeping in. Well, the wind blew it over in the middle of the night, so I get up, and the tent's just on top of me. I'm, trying to find the fucking door to get out of my tent. I slept in a legit, burrito roll tent in the mountains in Colorado. It was like, this was nuts.
I accept this.
You wake up freezing to death?
Oh, it was so cold.
I bet.
If I didn't drink a lot of
beer,
I probably wouldn't. I would have been up all night.
He's like, let's get this day started.
Squirrels been on your tent and stuff.
It's really cool too. There was a bunch of albino squirrels in the part I was in.
I'm glad you said squirrel. I thought you were going to talk about people. I was like, that's fucking scary.
Good morning.
He's shining. Staring at you.
Oh my lord.
We accept albino people though.
Yeah, no, it was just.
You got to now.
I didn't mean to go off so much on my Colorado trip. I miss it so bad. That's the reason why I went so deep into it.
That's what I'm saying, and we're all gonna do it too. Like Vince said, he hasn't gone out west. It's like, bro, we're gonna do it.
Could you get that map up again for me?
Yep. Pull that map up.
I was gonna say, Jared, you went to Venice Beach and everything, didn't you?
Dude,
checked it out. But isn't Venice right now shut down and not even what it is?
It was popping whenever
Where
I
you
want
to go
to the West Coast. And then zoom in for me on California.
San Jose.
Oh, there goes Stockton.
That's that Stock, boy. Passing it off like Stock.
Oh, down here to San Fran.
Yep.
So then, I drove.
Where did you stay at again?
Yeah, where exactly? I remember seeing a picture of the
I have
bay.
family out there in San Leandro, and it's just right outside of
San Fran.
San Fran.
North?
Oh.
No, not that north.
It's
it's
that's
literally
too far.
right.
That's too
It's
far.
literally right outside of San Fran. Right there in that little T. Right there around Nevada.
Keep
Maybe
going.
to the right.
You're going too high.
It's Nevato.
Varalo? We're typing in
more?
shit.
Yeah, San Leandro. Stockton's pretty far too.
Wait, lean.
Lean.
Oh, there it is. That bitch right there.
Damn.
Yep. Right by Oakland Airport.
There you go.
Up in this bitch.
Fremont.
But then I went
He said
there.
Fremont.
And then got
I guess
to
I didn't
go-
realize Oakland was right there.
It's right
That's
there.
close. That's that close.
It's right by San Fran. It's on the other side of the motherfucking
I didn't really think about that.
Right.
That's Golden State, because it's Golden State, San
Yep.
Francisco fans are right.
Wait,
Okay.
oh yeah.
You went to the bridge, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
One time I was leaving.
So that's where's Alcatraz? Right here? That?
right outside. Yeah,
It's
right
gotta
outside.
be.
Ain't no.
Yep.
Oh,
Treasure
there it is,
Island.
right there, right there.
Bro,
there
look at
it
that
is.
little motherfucker.
Alcatraz.
Oh yeah, right there.
Treasure Island.
Think
yeah.
about the guy that broke out of that and swam that.
No
Oh,
doubt,
yeah.
dude. It looks like it's
Holy
impossible. I have a
shit.
story actually about.
Bring it to us, brother.
Share it.
All right, man. This is crazy, man.
Bring it up.
Shoot. Since we're talking about the bridge, first of all, like San Fran was beautiful though. Like goodness gracious, you go on Twin Peaks and you can see like the whole city, man. Like, and dude, just going to Baker's Beach. That's like the famous beach that they usually take the picture from, and you can see like
this one,
yeah,
right there.
yeah. That's
He said where you take the pictures from is perfect.
like it's the one.
It's the one. We all seen it
That
before.
one.
And it's cold, man. It gets cold there too. Like
How long did it
gets,
take to get across the bridge?
Yeah.
Isn't that like a hour-long drive just to get across the bridge?
I don't know about all that.
No.
Well, because of traffic, not because of
Well,
distance.
and that's the thing, man. COVID was going on, so I had like a free pass on the highway. Like it was
There
like
no one.
the greatest time for me to take a road trip because
I remember
I could stop wherever I want,
Yeah.
like pee. You know what I mean? I can't go like
In.
too much in a lot of places, so it was tough. If you were going multiple people, you know that kind of would have been a problem. Like, but anyways, no, it just took about 15 minutes to get across that, and then they have a Vista Point right across it. But dude, this story is about like Kevin Hines, and dude, this guy like he tried to commit suicide off of there, and
Shit.
he starts talking about like how but he survived. He fell from the golden. He jumped off and survived, dude.
That's like hitting
and he
concrete,
tells
hitting the water.
Dude, my gosh.
From that height.
They said that there was like it's like a what do you say, like a 75 mile per hour like current. Oh no, maybe that was drop.
You
You
reach
reach 75 miles an hour dropping that far, probably.
Right.
Yeah,
And you hit the smack the water.
It's not still water, but
Yeah, but it's like
it's definitely
like
not no
physics
fucking-
physics wise, it's like you're
Yeah.
hitting something like at that speed, the water's
Dude,
not gonna break
straight
fast enough for you to
concrete,
go through
yeah.
it. You're gonna fucking hit.
Yeah.
And he said
Hit
it was
it.
like a suction, man, that like
Whoa.
that pulled him down under. But he's like he instantly regretted like as soon as he like
Jumped.
off of it.
Just to be clear, you didn't talk to this man, did you?
No. I saw a goal. This is I saw.
I know,
this-
right?
I
I
was
kind
like,
of
whoa.
was waiting for him to be like, we went and got coffee after.
No.
I was like, oh shit.
No, I don't know him, but I just saw this story and it was crazy because I had just left San Fran and I was like, this interested me. But I saw it on Goalcast on Instagram
What's his
and
name?
just kind of took some notes. Kevin Hines, Hines.
I've seen. I know who this
The
guy is. I've
ripple
seen
effect.
him on something. I know I've watched it.
Right. Wow, that's fucking crazy.
Bro, he said so. He said he was like on the bus and stuff. Like he was like just hoping like somebody
Would say something.
Yes, just say
Like, are you
something.
okay?
Yeah, he said he saw some people like laughing at him and stuff, kind of, you know what I mean, and or like, you know, what's up with this guy? And the bus driver's like, hey man, I gotta get going, get off the bus and stuff. So it's like, you know, no one, and like, but that's crazy, man. It's sad. And then like right after, he's like instantly regretted and like was like, you know, like praying, and then like,
what do you do at that point when you're fucking falling off a bridge?
But dude, he said he swam 70 feet. Like he had to like breathe. Like he had to breathe
All
in his
fucked
like
up
about
and
70.
everything.
Yeah, and his like shatter his femur, his lower
Damn.
femur, and everything,
Oh my
man.
God.
And like he was like trying to swim and stuff. He said like he couldn't do it like too much longer. It sounds like sad, but it's crazy because he's like surviving like through it
I wonder
too.
if the
and
cold
it's like,
water affected him surviving too. Like it can
right,
keep your blood from.
dude, it gets
if
crazy,
he's
man.
like fucked up bad. You know what I
He
mean?
said he was like he was so fucked up bad, and like he said after he like I got some notes here. He said like he felt like he was like about to like give up, but then he saw like a sea creature like circling around him, dude, like revolving around him. So he's like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna die from something.
My
Like
heart be pumping.
yeah, and like
Survival kicked in.
bro, well no, like this thing like lifts him up. Like he it's a seal, bro. It's a seal that's like keeping him up,
shit,
dude. Like
that's weird.
yeah, isn't
Is
it?
that like a miracle? for
right,
him?
like it was like something that
like divine.
look up that Goalcast for me. If it's got the video, we'll like fast forward it.
Oh yeah.
Another crazy thing, not even talking about his story, is just
Oh, a sea lion. My bad. Sorry.
building
Is that
Get it right.
building those bridges. How do you build a bridge and Like, how did you do that?
Oh, we watched the thing on Industrial Tech about
Yeah,
how
I
they built the
remember
Golden
that.
We
Gate
had to
Bridge.
build.
Didn't we build them with the sticks?
I think mine failed.
Didn't have enough integrity.
Mine did all right, but it wasn't anything great.
But anyways, that's weird though. Like a sea lion, like
Motherfucking sea
lifted
lion
him up,
said,
and then
"Here it comes."
like people saw that, saw him there, and then like got the coast people
Coast
got
Guard.
him. Yeah. But dude, that is crazy. But it's like it's kind of like upsetting that like it's weird that there's this mentality, you know what I mean, like of how deep it can go, you know what I mean? And I just want to know like kind of what the, you know what I mean, like what is it that is going on, because I feel like we're in like some sort of like system that, like I don't think anybody feels like this is what we're here on earth for, you know what I mean? Like
Just general purpose, but also just like, I mean, everybody, I think work is a huge part of this factor that we're talking about here. It's like everybody goes to work, and it's like, I don't think anybody ever imagined that what we call life and the way we live is, okay, I gotta go to work.
Fucking work for a majority of the
And
time.
I think that's a huge thing in a lot of people's lives. Is like they don't feel like they're even living a good life because they have to go to work and they have to like. If I think all of us can say for the most part, like if we could just wake up every day and do what we wanted, like that would be what life is to me.
And people
Just
think
to
like
do
when you say do
whatever
what you
it is.
want, it's like going and crazy shit, this and that.
Like
no.
we can't wake up tomorrow being Monday and be like, you know what, I'm gonna go see this place or do this because guess what, we gotta go to work.
But that is the mentality that we can break out of, man.
Yep.
You can get to a spot where you're like, you know what? I'm saving up for this specific thing. Like we do have the power to be free. And that's what like breaking out of that curve. Like I want to get, like we got to make sure that we're doing what it takes for us. And I just think we need to live our life a little bit, not worrying about the things that we worry about nowadays. You know what I mean? They're
Building yourself.
right. You got to work within, you got to work with the people around you, and we got to work on, that's me, man. My bad.
What happened? Oh, I didn't even hear it. I think that's why we did this podcast.
Right.
You know what I
Maybe
mean?
just listen and discuss. And that's why, like what you said, tell us something that you guys want to talk about. We'll try our best to listen and just discuss any point of views. And then we have that setting, right, where people can call in and discuss about it. And you will be able to be heard if you want to come here and talk. You know
Right.
what I
If
mean?
you want to
Like,
get your piece out and let people know how you feel about something, that's what we're here to do. Because people,
Right.
we're not like, we're no different.
no.
We're no different. People have
Everybody's
this
on the same
and this is
level.
what I wanted to bring up. I think that kind of is a good transition. An inner monologue. And a lot of people there's so many people you come into contact with, man, and it's like they have a full life. And it's like we just, what you said with work and everything, we just are programmed to just, who are these people? Let me get done with my shit, get back home, get back to the people that I enjoy, which there's nothing wrong with that.
Right,
You know
no
what I mean?
doubt.
Obviously, you can't be fucking everyone's friend. But it's like, it's just like these people have the same thoughts that we do. And that's kind of what the topic is. It's I read an article, it's called an inner monologue. And we all know what a monologue is. It's like, say like a movie, you hear the person talking in the background that's like, and now this person is do. You know what I mean? So an inner monologue is essentially the same thing, but it's in your brain. Are you talking to yourself all day? Are you discussing the things that affect you personally? Are you thinking about other things? Are you, and not just a thought like, oh, I need to go do this. A real discussion within your head, your consciousness. And I read an article and it said that some people don't. I want to see I want to see who they talk to, what the justification of an inner monologue is.
Do you think that would have to go hand in hand with maybe like less type morals for oneself too? Or do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
or is
is your
that
inner
in a sense
monologue
of
always
not
there?
having it?
Yeah, is it
Not
always
having
there?
it, you have
Right.
less morals?
right?
That's actually, that could be a connection, because it's like, who do you have to kind of check yourself? We were growing up with morals. We got our parents, but then at a point we kind of break off and we choose our own. Sometimes political,
And it's all decisions. It's the decisions that we
decisions.
make. You know what I mean? And it needs to be a togetherness, and it's I feel like there's a try of division, and that's what it seems like. Then that's why I feel like the news doesn't get to me as much, because I feel like it's divided anyway, and it's
like I don't need to listen to that.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
They probably don't even
You gotta
consider the inner monologue.
form your own, you know what I mean, opinion, and just thinking of, but are you talking about growing up though too, or just the inner monologue also?
I mean, I think everyone. I kind of talked to my dad about this. Like, I was like, when did you like come like coherent? Not like, oh, you're my son. I got a son. He's 4 years old. Vince got a son. You have a nephew. You got some nephews and some nieces, right?
10 nieces and nephews.
Oh my God. So you see, it's crazy to watch these young children develop.
You say you're the youngin'. What are you talking about? You got 10 nieces
he's got all these family.
Dude, I was an uncle at 12 years old. You know how weird
That's
I felt
weird.
going to middle school? Like, yeah, I'm an uncle.
Hey, I'm your uncle.
I'm
Mike
12 years
Jeff.
old. I don't
You
even
got
know.
the name too.
I didn't even know
Mike
what an
Jeff.
uncle was. You know, like, what does that
the
mean?
fuck is an uncle? Well, let me tell you about all of this. But just, I just want to know, like, when that like awakenness happens in people. My dad said he was like 15. He was like, son, I have this. He's 60 years old. He said, I have the same mindset I had when I was 15.
Yeah.
Not in the sense of like, oh, I'm gonna do 15-year-old shit. You know what I mean? But like, that's when I was like, whoa, here I am. Let's start thinking about this, the future, the past, And he straight up told me, he's like, 15-year-old me is the same me. Huh. Obviously, I'm more mature and I'm an adult. But it's like, to me, it was like, it was 12, 13. And I was just like, because you remember shit from 10 years old, from something that happened at school. But like, just that straight inner monologue, that mindset, like, here I am. I'm going to think about things so deeply, and like apparently some people don't have that.
I feel like sometimes when I'm thinking of stuff to myself, it will make me remember what I'm doing at that moment. Like, oh, when I was doing that, I was thinking about that,
Yes.
or even like,
oh yeah,
I think, like listening to that, or like, oh, I was thinking about that when I was listening to that song.
Right.
I feel like that leads into deja vu, bro.
I think
I could see that too.
It's crazy, to talk about an inner monologue in a lot of senses. Not only just the fact that we're literally all just different people. There's not a same exact human being anywhere ever.
Yeah.
But it's just like, we could sit here and talk about what influenced us to even be who we are, who we had in our lives, what happened to us in our lives. Everybody's different, and we can go on for days about that. But it's like, with this inner monologue, like, you're trying to, grasp is like, what in our lives did changed in our brain, chemical wise or not, like, just what happened to where one day we woke up, or whatever it was, to where, like, I think about it all the time. It's like, when I was a kid, it's not that I just did whatever I was told to do. I think we still had that monologue for the most part, but we were a kid that didn't know any better. And it's like, it's crazy
right
to me.
from wrong. Like, you just wanted, like, if I wanted
wanted to
something,
do-
like, I'm gonna
yeah.
go do, like,
Instant
damn it.
gratification.
Gratification.
Yeah, that one.
Instant gratification. Because, and I feel like that's what it is for kids nowadays with all the, that's easy,
But they're like I'm saying, though,
So are they
it's
thinking
like,
during that?
when we're kids,
They are, right?
we watch, like you guys said, you guys have your own kids. We got nieces and nephews, but it's like, at the end of the day, it's a huge thing for me. I got 10 of them, and I've been watching them learn and grow. We got all the way from age 9 to either age 8 or 9 to, I think, 1 or 2. I think 2 is the
Weird
lowest
watching
now.
them develop.
But
That's
just
crazy.
watching them grow, and then thinking about how I kind of grown in life. And it's like, I don't even remember a specific day or point, but it's like I truly believe, like, my life is my life now. I'm not just doing what my parents and my family did, or whatever that was around me. Like, it's just crazy.
That's
crazy
a huge,
to think.
yeah. That's
Like,
a good point, because some people don't. I feel like some people don't get that
it's just
that way. They feel like, and not that family's bad, and obviously, with your parents, but that, like, that breaking off, you know what I mean? That branching off, like, now I am myself.
a huge thing is like, what motivates you, not even just to go to work or do anything specific, but what motivates you every day to just do whatever it is you do that day?
Yeah.
Who truly makes that decision in your head to do what you're doing that day? Every day I wake up and I'm like, what do I do today? What am I doing? Like, whether it is going to work or not, but that inner monologue of just, I am alive and I'm here, but like what I decide to do with my day is just
It
so
affects your future and everything.
It's
so made on an instant.
Yeah, like I don't even really, I know what kind of influences me, but like still the decisions and stuff I make, it's like, what really, like, why did I even do that? Like, why am I doing what I'm doing today? Like when I get home from work, a lot of times I'm like, all right, what do I do with my day now?
Yeah.
I don't have kids or something, that I got to have a responsibility of some sort. But it's like, do I go to the gym today? Do I go on a walk? Do I go play some sports? Do I play some video games? What
do I just sit back and chill?
What do I do today? And it's like the things that make you make the decision, no matter what it is like,
it's so
crazy.
Weird.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
where does that originate
Where do ideas come from?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, where do they
is
pop
the,
out
is
of?
there a real like origin in a location, not like obviously within this fucking physical realm, but like does it just develop out of a whim, or is it already predetermined?
It's strange because like a conscience can't be measured. You know what I mean?
Scientific
and
wise.
that's
right.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
From becoming a kid to not even just an adult, like word wise, like in the definition of those, just when in like what? Maybe it's just a puberty and maturity thing. Your brain develops.
Chemicals. Yeah.
I get that. I get the health and science side of that, but
Right.
like what happens in our brains where we're like, okay, this is life. I'm not going to be here forever. What makes me do what I do?
Spiritually?
Is it the same with like dreams though? You know what I mean? Because dreams is just like, it's like, do blind people dream? Like, maybe they can dream about like sound
They have
and like,
to.
Inner
like,
monologue and dream.
Exactly.
Are
like,
you there?
But what brings that out?
Inception.
Just
I just watched that yesterday.
oh my
That's a good
gosh!
movie.
You diving deep into dreams, like dream within a dream.
Wait, this is the first podcast, or is this the first podcast?
Oh, they have all the music playing at the same time, and they're all connected, like this kind of.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
right.
And they're all sleeping. They're
Oh,
just
shit.
and stuff in the dream.
I like him too.
Hey, while Logan's out getting his drink, pull up some scores.
Oh, yeah.
I think a big thing about our podcast, you guys, is not going to be, I mean, every podcast, I feel like we're going to really be talking about just
Fights, football, basketball,
sports stuff.
when that
We'll
starts
talk
back
about
up.
like if there's a huge recent event that happens or something, but
Yeah.
we're all big sports guys, so today's Sunday.
So like
a lot of
Tyson in the draw.
Yeah, and yesterday we just had the Tyson fight.
Dude,
I think-
Nate Robinson got
Here's
knocked
the
out.
thing,
Fuck
right?
out.
That
was
fight
crazy.
a lot of people are pissed off about it. Oh, it's an exhibition. Oh, this and that. I'll tell you right now, I watched it. I was at my dad's house. That was not a fucking exhibition, okay?
But
Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. were fighting, okay? It was 2-minute rounds and 8 rounds.
Yeah.
That's short, okay?
Yeah,
Of course.
It's kind of hard to get going.
They're grown, exactly. But I'll tell you right now, and I think everyone thinks it the same way. Mike was going, boy.
Of
And
course
Roy
he did.
was clinching a lot. He didn't want to get knocked out in exhibition. What are they going to do? Send him to jail?
Like, yeah, he probably
they can do
maybe
whatever the
would've
fuck
gotten
they
a
want.
fine
Yeah.
or whatever. But that's just my thing, though. It's just like when it comes to that specific sport,
Yeah.
boxing, MMA, whatever it is. If they did this, I don't care if it's like, say, Conor McGregor right now, he's 40-something years old and he decides to step back into the ring.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't care. I get it. Yeah, it's not the healthiest sports, but if he decides to go back in that ring, why are you going to put rules on it and change the whole sport in
Who are
general?
you?
Like, I just don't like that they put the rules on it.
Right.
Man. It's a boxing match, just like it has been for years. We've
Yeah,
had
no
boxing
doubt.
for so long.
Mhm.
Why couldn't you just been like, go in there, box?
There are people who have been like 48, 49 who still box. In a
I'm just
normal
mainly
ass-
upset because our country's just so soft.
Hey,
Man, I hate it.
they were I would say they were in good shape for what I would
Yeah.
honestly say that they were in shape. Like for what their age is and like and how they were
51,
moving,
54.
how they were moving in there, man. Like, dude, like
Tyson lost. Okay, so Tyson weighed in at 220.
Ready?
Roy Jones played in. Oh, bro, this is fucking Nate getting knocked out by fucking
Didn't
Jake
he get
Paul.
knocked 3
Bro,
times, though?
he got dropped twice and then
Yeah.
knocked out. Like knocked out. It was so bad.
I'm really not impressed though because
No,
like
of course
Nate,
not. They both suck, but Jake Paul beat the shit out of him, bro.
I was
he had
expecting
more-
Nate to be so much better than
Yeah,
that.
I did too.
I know Jake's had a few other fights.
That's
that is a
what
nice,
made
that is a
him
nice
better.
shot though.
That is
Did
probably
you see the
what
step?
made the
Like,
difference.
you know, Jake had a little
Counter,
bit of
good counter shot.
good counter. He had a little bit of experience, and
Here's
that
my
made
thing.
all the
But
difference.
Nate did sign up for it, so I really can't say anything.
Well,
you know?
that's the thing. All
Thought
these
he
people
was gonna beat him.
Yeah.
All these people are like, oh, Nate's just never fought or anything. Dude, he's a professional basketball
No
player.
doubt.
He is used
Cold.
to that type of fame
Out
and
cold.
audience.
That's what I'm
You know,
saying.
like you can't tell
He's
him that he's
dead.
never felt that adrenaline rush.
So
before.
if Jake Paul went
So
and tried to
bad.
play him in basketball, guess who would win? Nate.
Yeah.
We all know that.
Usually a knockout is pretty. I mean,
Bro,
or in
he
like,
made him go to sleep, bro.
dude, I heard he like wobbled like twice, or did he wobble him or like drop him or
He
something?
dropped him
He
twice,
dropped him twice.
and then on the third one, he made him go night.
He was out for a minute.
Bro, they were like,
They were,
oh,
yeah,
shit.
like
Oh,
get up,
bro.
like please get up.
Yeah. And then there was another dude who fought like McCormick, and then this dude named Jack. That was the best fight. I mean, just in pure sense of they were beating the dog shit out of each other.
Yeah.
Right there, the second one.
Were those
Right there.
the same rules as Mike Tyson? Did?
No, nope.
No, all the
No.
other ones were.
These were all just normal fights. They were 3-minute rounds. This guy right here, he took so many fucking shots, bro. Oh my god, I've never seen it. What I
Like
was
to
saying
speed.
was Tyson lost 100 pounds, bro. He weighed in at 220. They said 100 plus. So at 220, 100 plus, that's at least 321. Bro, Mike Tyson was 320 at right before this, lost 100 pounds.
Was he really that big?
Yes,
He
sir.
got fat,
Said
yeah,
it.
for a while.
I know he was fat, but jeez.
320. Bro,
Hey,
this dude
he had the
teed
Tyson
up
Ranch
this
going
guy.
on.
He did.
He had the Tyson Ranch going on. He's just getting stoned and eating every day or something.
For sure. He was just like,
That was the other thing too,
this
though.
is the life. Huh?
And I think Tyson even said this in one of his interviews or before the fight or something. But he was like, I didn't train for the past however long he
No,
did.
he didn't have a fight for 15 years.
That's what that he's saying.
Yeah.
But for this fight, he's like,
Yeah.
I didn't train the past 3 months, 4 months, whatever it was, to go in here and be like, I can't go full at it.
Bro.
Like he's like, I want to knock this dude out.
Bro.
He said that.
Roy, there was a couple times where Roy was like, oh, fuck, bro. If that would have hit me, I would have been
Night-night.
asleep. Like, really bad.
Damn,
like, it
nice
could have
body
really hurt
shot.
him. Bro, yeah, this dude teed off on it. Watch him shake his head. Wait, just
So-
wait. Just wait till he starts shaking his head like a dog.
He's like, "No."
I swear to God, bro, he starts doing it. Once he starts getting his ass whooped, he'll start
So
shaking his
I'm
head.
gonna bring in, because we're watching boxing right now.
Yeah.
The fact that Conor McGregor obviously's got his fight. What is it?
Oh, there he goes. He just did it.
Just wait.
January 21st, I think it is.
Is that when it is?
23rd, 21st.
Poirier?
Yeah, Dustin
Poirier.
Poirier. So
Yep.
I don't know if you guys know this, but I've heard a lot that Conor's taking this fight with Dustin because the simple fact that he fights southpaw, and that after this fight he's going to do
23rd.
a Pacquiao fight because
Yeah, I've
that's
heard
how
that.
Pacquiao stands is southpaw.
He's
He's gonna box with Pacquiao?
Yes.
Pacquiao will knock him
love
the
that.
fuck out, probably.
He's gonna
He's
get
got
his shit
power. He
fucked
just
up,
beat
dude.
Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman's not no joke.
Have
Bro,
you-
he starts beating the shit out of this guy, bro. Watch him keep shaking his head. It's the funniest shit. Everyone's like, what the fuck is he doing? He gets a couple good shots on him. Bro, it's so, like,
Oh my goodness.
aggressively.
Tyson.
But yeah, I was
He's got
bringing
height difference.
bringing that up just because
Little click.
who fought for the main card last night UFC wise because Curtis Blaze was out.
Anthony Smith and someone else.
Did Anthony Smith win?
My buddy Dylan needs to come on here, and we'll have like
Yes, we'll have
an
Dylan.
exclusive UFC episode
Yeah.
That'd be good.
We can
You know
watch
what I mean?
fights on here through a fire stick
Yeah.
while we're
Okay.
doing this.
while we're doing it. And
Do
we
you
can
have
put
one?
it on Twitter.
I got one
We-
as well.
We're gonna do that. You know that. But yeah, I didn't know what was happening on the UFC schedule last night.
Yeah, I want to watch a good fight.
Yeah,
bro.
Rachel Ostovich, she lost.
Yeah.
Oh, did she
yes,
really?
I believe she
I believe
lost.
she did.
We're gonna always be on track with the boxing and MMA. We're all huge fans of that. But
For sure.
again, today was Sunday, so there's a lot of football talk going on.
Yeah, what's that been like?
Dude,
Colts lost. That
I was
sucks.
texting you guys earlier about
5 people had corona.
Oh, I
On the
knew about
Colts
that.
alone?
Chiefs beat the Bucks.
Dude, the Vikings game. I have to bring it up, you guys.
Bring it up.
Anthony Smith won.
Yeah, let's see who won these first.
Did the Vikings win?
Yes, they did.
Who'd they play?
They played the Panthers, but
Okay.
here's the thing. It was a fourth quarter comeback, and it was awesome. Like, sorry,
Yeah,
I'm a
Rachel
Vikings
Ultimate
fan, and I
fan.
shut the fucking game off. I was pissed off. They had
How
two.
much were they down?
Falcons killed
They-
the Raiders. Jeez.
Yeah. They
43-6.
go to the Vikings game by the quarter. Show the quarter.
Uh,
So
Okay.
when it comes
See, yeah,
those
see.
14 points in the
Yeah.
third quarter,
Yeah.
that happened in 10 seconds.
You were pissed off. 10
10
seconds?
seconds. And it was what's even more fucked up, and it was awesome to see, to be honest, because it was a rookie.
Patriots beat the Cardinals.
Rookie defensive player scored 2 touchdowns in 10 seconds. Vikings, this guy sacked Kirk Cousins, fumbled the ball, guy picked it up, ran in a touchdown. Very next fucking play, like I said, it happened in 10 seconds. We got the ball back.
Yeah.
It was after the kickoff. So they did kick off and got the ball back. Dalvin Cook runs the ball, fumbles it. It got stripped, but fumbles it.
For real?
The same guy.
The same dude?
The same guy picks it up, runs it in for a touchdown.
No.
2 touchdowns in 10 seconds. Andy's a fucking
Off
rookie.
fumbles.
What?
Yes.
No, it's a
That's
day.
crazy.
Yeah, it was insane. I
It
literally.
didn't sound like that. Huh?
And then we got the ball back again, right?
Yeah.
Dalvin Cook, our best player on the team, gets injured. Well, he wasn't completely injured. He ended up coming back.
Yeah.
But I'm a Vikings fan.
So I'm a Vikings fan.
2 touchdowns, 10 seconds. Very next play, my best player on the team gets injured. I was like, I'm done. I
turned
can't
the
watch
TV
the
off.
game right
Yeah,
now.
the Broncos had no quarterbacks.
But that's the thing. They came back.
yeah.
You
he
guys know
threw
who Justin Jefferson
1
is?
for 9. Yeah.
He's a
From
rookie.
LSU.
He might be rookie of the year just
Yeah,
because
wide
he's
receiver.
had a touchdown every game of the year,
Dang.
just like the guy from Notre Dame on
Oh,
the Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Chase Claypool.
Yeah, so it's like it's a fight between those two right now because they are absolutely killing shit right now. Justin Jefferson on the Vikings has been fucking killing it all year. He had 2 touchdowns today, and he was a huge reason why we even won the game. We didn't have our star wide receiver, Adam Thielen. He was out
I got
injured.
postponed. Oh, that's getting played
Yeah,
Tuesday?
that's the other thing too is we got a Monday night game, and then we got a
Tuesday
Monday
night.
game because of COVID. That's at 4:30.
Tuesday.
I'm gonna be at
Tuesday
work
night.
when
I know,
it starts.
but all, at 4:30, they don't really start till like 4:45.
Yeah, true.
So
but it's
I'll
just
be getting
crazy.
off at work right about that time.
Monday
It's just
and Tuesday?
crazy though. When of our lives out of
Right.
the 20-something
On a
years
fucking Monday.
have we seen a Monday or a Monday game at 4:30?
Packers are
Never,
playing
not
the
once.
Bears.
There's also
Goddamn buyers.
this COVID, guys. I don't know if you remember recently, but you remember there was a day when it was actually when the NBA playoffs were going on. There was 4. It's the first time in history of sports that there was 4 different major sporting events going on at the same time. You could
Oh,
turn
okay.
the TV on, watch hockey, basketball, football. I think it was.
Yeah.
And
baseball.
Yeah.
Shut it down.
All 4 sports were going on at the same time because of COVID.
Yeah. Basketball starts December, what, 22nd?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be, bro, I love it.
I think
I'm
they
so
said
excited.
LeBron
I
might
really
take the
am.
first couple months off because you only had a shortened.
LeBron is?
They had because they had a
He
shortened
don't get, yeah, he's going to be like Brown.
off season because they went to the finals
I
back
just
right
he's
after
gonna go
that.
to the championship again. There's just be another thing to go against
They
his
picked up-
story.
they
I
picked
was
up
out the
DeMar.
first few months, but
James
we still
Harden.
made it.
James Harden might go to the Nets.
He's
Yeah.
going to Brooklyn. It's gonna happen because it's gonna be the new
Him,
power
Kyrie, and Kevin
team.
Durant.
It's going to be dirty.
Yeah,
I'm
but
glad,
hold
bro.
on, when
Kyrie's
Oklahoma
nasty.
City Thunder already had Durant,
Drew.
James Harden, and
In Westbrook.
Westbrook,
back
they
in the
already
day.
had the same
Westbrook's
trio.
Westbrook's with Harden right now. Right?
Yeah, but they're both
Yeah.
they both want to leave.
Right, but
They
where's
both-
Westbrook going? That's the question.
No, he's staying. I guess.
Yeah, he's gonna say because he's like fuck hard.
Chris Paul was
Well,
with the
his big thing
Thunder.
was-
Now he's with the Suns.
He just came
Right,
out.
I saw that. They gave him some.
You can look
money.
it up. He came out and just said, "I don't want to play with James Harden."
And that's what I'm saying. He don't want to no more.
He
He
just
wants
did-
to be his own person.
Yeah, he thinks.
Good job,
I mean, the dude is insane. One of the only, like, I think one of 3 people that averaged a triple double every fucking game of the year.
Yeah, selling
Yeah.
dope off
Triple.
He
used to
was
sell
it 2 years
dope.
in a row.
in the
Westbrook
games.
had average triple double.
Did he do it 2 years in a row?
Yeah.
I think he did.
I know
Maybe.
1 year he did because he's one of the only NBA
did.
players in history to do that.
Yeah. The man.
Crazy to be famous nowadays. You used to want to be,
Yeah.
right?
Now it's like, wait a minute. Like straight up, if I could see, that's the thing. Like fame isn't even before it was like straight like associated with money. Now it's not at
No,
all.
third straight season.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Fame associated with money.
Fame used to be associated with money. Like you're famous, you're rich as fuck.
Oh,
But
right.
now it's not.
Right.
You know
That
what I
one
mean?
says the first person to ever do it. Is he the only
He
person?
might have been the only
He
one
did
to
it
actually
3
average it.
And he's done it 3 years in a row.
Oh, for 3 years in a row. Yeah.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
Even
Must
our
have-
even our boy Michael Jordan didn't do that.
my God.
He didn't average a triple double every season,
No.
but he was damn close.
Because he wasn't passing it.
Yeah,
No,
you're right.
Oscar
You know what I
Robinson
mean?
was the
You're
only
right.
player to
He was
do it.
scoring too much.
He was the team.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't have time to pass it much.
I was gonna say we look at Russell Westbrook, which I'm sorry, but I don't like his attitude and play style. Like I've never been a fan of him. He's obviously fucking really good. I understand that, but I've never liked the way he plays.
He's one
He's
of
a
those
baby
guys.
too.
Yeah,
he
he
just
really
cries
is.
all the time. But look at
Like LeBron.
he's got this great accolade to say I'm the only person
Yeah.
ever to do it 3 straight seasons. It's like, where's your ring?
True.
Right.
Where's your rings at, buddy?
I don't know where it's at.
It's like, oh, I did all this. Well, buddy, you don't have a ring.
He said, buddy, go ahead and get a ring.
I'm just hating. I'm sorry.
Yeah, bitch. We're here to hate. Shit, throw on a little beat, bro.
I was gonna say we're about an hour and a half in
Yeah.
here, so you know, I
Probably
think
about to end it off maybe with
I
a
think
little
we just-
freestyle.
talked about a lot about ourselves, but we're gonna have some really good topics.
Yeah, and we can't
Promise.
wait for people to just like join us and just
This
like,
is just the
get
start.
involved.
This is just the start. Like I said again, follow us on Instagram. I know for sure, Vinny, we don't have any other social right now,
Not
do we?
yet.
Yeah, so we're on Instagram, The Last Dab Podcast, and if you honestly needed to follow any of us separately, you could. I think we all have Twitter and Instagram. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure most of us do.
You follow
But,
that last dab, you're gonna find us. You'll
That's
Yeah,
what
find
I
yeah,
say.
it.
yeah.
We're
You go ahead
on
and follow Last Dab. You'll be able to see our separate pages.
Hey, and give us the shout out if you
Yes,
if you
sir.
liked it for 30 seconds today and you didn't watch all of it, just shout us out, man, because we're gonna get this thing going. This is gonna
Topics.
be
Topics.
2021.
A lot of
It's
them.
coming
Movies,
soon, and that's gonna
music.
be a good year for us.
Yep. Yeah, this podcast ain't limited to nothing. Just because it's the Last Dab, don't mean there ain't no limit, man. We gonna keep going. We're gonna keep exploring, keep having fun, keep letting you have fun.
Did you guys listen to the song Jared told us about earlier? Put that back on the
Pure imagination.
Pure Imagination. That thing was sick.
Was it just like a little beat thing?
It's
Who-
like
who was it by again?
it's a Willy Wonka. The
Oh, the thing we were. Yeah, that
Yeah.
shit was hard,
That shit
bro.
was fucking dope.
Pris something.
Pris-
Oh yeah, Prismatic Menace.
There it is.
that thing was gnarly, bro.
Love some good water.
Shouts out to the Willy Wonkas, right?
Yeah.
Is there like a legit candy store like that? That would be so cool.
They have the Wonka bar. You ever had a Wonka bar? It's
I
not
don't
bad.
think so.
They don't have the factory nowadays. It's shut down.
Yeah.
Man. That's the
The
world that
Rona.
we're about to live in.
The Rona
It's-
shut the Willy Wonka down.
Oh yeah, that's the very first one. Yeah.
Oompa Loompa's gone.
Oh my gosh.
R.I.P.
You ever seen the boat scene?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Dude, that scene is
it's
crazy.
insane. They're all freaking out. You're not even looking where you're going.
He's just sitting there fucking.
All right, let me say something real quick. Something I got written down. Can you turn it up a little bit? Hey, I ain't seeking for attention like half of you people. Listen, always sending for a mention. Dog, you ain't got no vision, just want a recognition. I got my imagination crazy. This shit is off the dome. I'm chilling with my dogs and we in Vince's home, but we ain't got no limit, man, and no control. We gon' keep burning, keep rolling, keep drinking, keep doing things that these motherfuckers ain't thinking. Cause we a team, we a bond, we a brotherhood. Everything that we do, man, it's hella good. We gon' do this thing every single weekend, and you can jam this shit while you working.
I like that.
Hell yeah.
Sitting here, smoke some weed, taking dabbies with my homie.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, one of these days we're gonna be coming out with a last dab little mix of some sort. We got planned for you guys. There's gonna be a lot of days that we're just sitting here freestyling. So just get used to that.
Beats.
Yes.
Beats by Brock.
Beats by Brock.
Beats by Brock.
He gets sued for that.
He just came out with a new like EDM dubstep mix the other day.
Yeah, that
If
shit
you
was
want to check
hard.
that shit out on SoundCloud. Shouts out to Brock. His name is what is it on SoundCloud? Gosh dang it. I have to look it up.
We'll have to plug it in.
We could put it in the mentions, bro.
A lot of his mixes are so hard. A lot of people are like, "Oh, that goes way too hard," and it's like, "Well,
He said that goes way too hard.
you don't know Brock, all right? If he's not messing with anything lower than just blowing your fucking speakers up,
That ain't him, brother.
Like-
That's the wrong motherfucker.
yeah."
Hell yeah.
What I'm hoping to do with this podcast is have like open discussions between all of us. Not even like I guess come in with topics, but then discuss and bring in different opinions, even and then have different guests be able to tell their stories if they want to, or bring in topics that they want to.
Right.
Even talk about really anything.
Talk about our day, talk about our week.
Talk about past experiences they want to, stories they've had with either of us, or
This is
stories from their past. Or,
This is an open-minded, space right here. This is just hearing out. You know what I mean, and discussing, and maybe people around us are more relatable than it seems. And maybe people can kind of relax,
share
and
experiences,
just
talk about what they want to talk about.
Yeah.
Something
Open
we
your
don't know
mind.
about.
Yeah.
Something
share
they're
with
good
us.
at,
You can
yeah.
learn all the time. We
Yeah.
can learn. We're here for it.
Shit with that.
I think it's a wrap
We'll
today,
wrap it up.
fellas.
Last dab.
It's the last
Last
dab.
tab, Instagram,
This-
Spotify.
Yeah. Follow us. Hit us up if you got ideas, if you want to say some constructive criticism, whatever it is. If you want to be on the show, you want to call in. We're going to do some call-in things one day. If you potentially just want to talk on the phone, maybe not show your face, whatever it is. And we're always open to topics and stuff, too, because there's going to be a lot of our podcasts that we spend majority of the podcast talking about that one thing. I mean, it's kind of a lot of podcasts in general, but this one is a little bit different just because it was us showing you what we're doing here.
Yes, sir.
So we got some good topics coming up.
This is just the beginning.
We got some good fights, good games. NBA starting again, so we got some fun times coming.
They're in store for a good time.
Holidays coming up.
Yeah.
Stay lifted.
We signing now.
We out.
Signing out.